Steve Harrington, you will always be famous. Hello, Even Kelly here, and welcome to another time-lapse. Yay! I had a different time-lapse planned out and recorded, but the software I used to edit decided to crash. This is probably for the best because it was overall kind of a downer. Anyway, today I will be talking about Steve Harrington, but before I talk about Steve Harrington, I would like to acknowledge the fact that the picture I'm working with is of Joe Keery. If you don't know who Joe Keery is, he's the actor who plays Steve Harrington. If you don't know who Steve Harrington is, then why the heck did you click on this video? I just want to make the distinction that the bulk of this voiceover will be about Steve Harrington. I don't know Joe Keery. He's a talented actor, but I think it's kind of insulting to assume you know a person just through what they choose to show the public. However, we all know and love Steve. Since Steve Harrington is not real, we don't have the moral obligation to give him privacy. Hopefully, I'll get this out before Season 4, Volume 2 releases, so I won't look like an idiot for saying there's a 50% chance that he will die. I think either him or Nancy is going to die because this season has been building up to them getting back together, which makes it the perfect opportunity to blindside the audience and kill one of the lovebirds off. I was never fond of Nancy and Jonathan as a couple, but I am even less fond of the idea of Steve dying. Another disclaimer, I'm not saying that the actors playing Nancy and Jonathan do not have chemistry, because they do. I just think as characters they aren't aspirationally compatible. But to be fair, neither is Steve and Nancy. Steve doesn't really know what he wants out of life. At least he hasn't explicitly stated it on screen to Robin or Dustin. I think it would be really sweet if Steve lived and then went on to be either a social worker or a children's psychiatric clinician. He's very good at protecting people, and I would hate to see him die before finding himself. But alas, both Billy and Barb died before finding themselves. Actually, just Barb, because Billy found his non-asshole true self in time to sacrifice himself for everyone else. But that doesn't excuse his history of racism and abuse. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, Steve shouldn't die, and to be honest, neither should Eddie, but I feel as though his fate as a new character this season has already been sealed. I don't know how many children are watching the show. If I had to guess, some of the youngest viewers are around 14 to 15. I like to think that these young ones look up to Steve and Eddie, both kind people at heart with opposite fight or flight reactions, which is valid. Steve had to make the conscious decision to fight. I'm sure Eddie will make that same decision in Volume 2. I just hope it doesn't kill him. Also, the fan theory of Eddie being number 6 is cool, but it seems a little simple for this season. I would love to see Eddie with superpowers, but it feels a bit predictable. Anyway, that went a little more off track than I would have liked, but what can you do? I'll finish this up by explaining why I was drawn to this photo of Joe Keery. Steve Harrington is seen as Mr. Popular, but underneath that, he's just a guy, played by a guy who sometimes struggles to keep his eyes open on set and enjoys drinking champagne and holding a dog named Georgie while sitting in the hair and makeup trailer. It's very humanizing and funny. Anyway, like and subscribe if you want, but please don't spoil Volume 2 in the comments. See you later.